Hey, I'm Jax, and I'm going to answer the age-old question. Can you turn bubble wrap into a corset to make a bubble set? Or as I like to call it, a bub set. Like I'm Wolverine. A bub set. Bub set. Okay. Sewing boy, get the sewing. I get it. Okay. Now let's start designing the bubble set. So first, let's wrap the form in saran wrap. Cool. Now we gotta tape up the form. We take our design tape and we're gonna draw out what we want the bubble set to look like. First, I'm gonna add in our center front, the side, and the center back. Now let's start designing what it's actually going to look like. Pause, we're actually gonna discuss what our rules are for designing this bubble set. So we're gonna follow basically the same ones that we did last week to make the cone set. If you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it. Anyway, so rule 1, it must be sewn. Rule 2, must go over the waist and past the bust. No, it must go past the waist and over the bust. And 3, there must be bones and bone channels. But here's the thing, I did a little bit of off-camera testing on the bubble wrap, and I do believe that I can make every sewn bit out of bubble wrap. So that is the goal. That is what we're going to do. That is the plan. The only things that will not be made out of bubble wrap on this bubble set will be the thread, the bones, and the grommets. Everything else will be 100% bubble wrap. Okay, now we can get back to designing what it's gonna look like. Okay, I'm gonna walk you a little bit through what I was thinking during the design process of this. So, I really had no idea where to start with this one. I was just kind of swinging wildly. Then I remembered, oh, I'm using bubble wrap. It's see-through, so I wanted to do something cool so that way you could visually see the bones inside of the bubble set. So that's where I wound up with this design. Cool, I like this. So now what we gotta do is cut our pattern off the form. Now let's switch camera angles. Cool, now let's cut out each piece. Now, we need to add our seam allowance. So, I'm gonna pin our pieces here. Then, we're gonna take our tape. And now, we add our seam allowance. I'm just gonna do 1/2 inch. It's easy, it's simple, and it's straightforward. So, and now, we cut out our piece. And there's our first piece. Now we just gotta do it for the rest of them. Okay, now that we have our pattern here, we can cut it out of our bubble wrap. Okay, so here's the bubble wrap, and now we gotta start cutting out our pattern. I'm also gonna set up a second mic to see if it gets any good, like, popping sounds. To whom it may disappoint, the bubble wrap really didn't, like, make any fun sounds. I was really disappointed. I was fully expecting, like, I was looking up tutorials on how to do, like, montages synced up to music, you know, but with all the bubble wrap noises, it was so disappointing. And I'm sorry. If you clicked on this video expecting fun bubble popping sounds throughout the whole entire thing, there were none. None. Here you go. Here you go. As an apology. Yeah. Cool. Hopefully there was some like nice ASMR pop-in of the bubble wrap. I don't know why I said that. I literally just lived it. I don't know. Okay, so now it's time to get sewing. All right, let's get to sewing. So my plan is for this one, I'm not actually gonna sew the center seam yet because I want to get the bone channels in and lined up before I do that, because I think it's probably gonna be easier if I do it that way. But other than that, this is a pretty normal construction. I'm gonna do external bone channels for this one out of the actual bubble wrap, so we're gonna see how that goes. Let's get all of our halves together. Okay, so now I want to start making the bone channels out of the bubble wrap. So I need to first get a measurement and then I'll start cutting it. So I'm just measuring out each seam here that's gonna need it. And then I do a little multiplication by 2. I just made a little mark of how long it should be, and I'm just gonna go along the edge here until I make it to that mark. Okay, cool. So now let's start attaching this onto the actual bubble set. Every time I come over here, I have to get up on the table like a child. I have to crawl on the table. My knees hurt. My knees hurt getting on the table. But I gotta put it on the table so you can see what I'm doing. It's 3 a.m. and I'm working still. It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. and I'm on a table. I'm so tired, but I gotta keep working. It was in fact 3 a.m. and I started sewing the bone panels at 3:30. Why? Well, it was my midterm this week, so I didn't really have a whole lot of time to actually work on this project. But I did promise myself that every Sunday I will be posting a YouTube video. So maybe you subscribe. See a new video every Sunday. Anyway, let's finish sewing the bone channels. Okay, so we got all of our bone channels on our bubble set here. Now let's put in the bones. So let's do that. Okay, I got some heat shrink to put on the edge of this, but it's clear. It's unclear, so that way you might actually be able to see the bones. I don't know, I think it might be cool. Now let's throw all of our bones into the bubble set. So we've made it to the portion of the video of, oh my god, this part sucks. So I was trying to put in the bones, and they just kept on getting stuck, like over and over again. I was sitting here for about like an hour and a half trying to get the bones in, but I got them in. We got them in. All right, now we gotta attach the finish to the edge. So let's do it. All right, so first, our first step is going to be measuring our edge. That way we cut out enough. Simple. Alright, now let's grab our bubble wrap here, and we'll cut out 70 inches. Cool. Now let's attach this onto the bubble set. I'm back again. It's me, Future Jax. I lost the footage. I think I forgot to press record. I'm sorry. There it is. There's the finished edge. The bubble set. I am a fool. I am a buffoon. My bad. Whoopsies. Oops. I made a little boo-boo. Okay, let's go back to past Jax and we'll finish the project. Okay, so now let's add the grommets to the bubble set. It's the last step, other than lacing it up, but it's the last step. Grommets are on. Let's lace it up. I'm so tired. Let's lace up the bubble set. Here we go. Ta-da! It's laced up. There it is. I'm afraid to tighten it any farther because I feel like the grommets are gonna rip out of the back here, but bubble set. I'm gonna take a nap. So there you have it. A corset made 100% out of bubble wrap. So here's the answer to the age-old question. Can you make a corset out of bubble wrap? Yes. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment of whatever weird material you think I should make a corset out of next. I only got one last thing to say. Bubset!